Time. How are you doing today, Tonya?
I am blessed, Tammy. Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, listen, the reason I have had you come on the show today is because this is very interesting. We know that people do a lot of cussing. I mean, and I'm talking about in their everyday life. Talk about how you started this campaign and why.
Sure. One morning, like I said, it was my divine order. One morning I woke up in September and I heard my higher power say, stop cussing. And I said, stop cussing? What are you talking about, stop cussing? He said, tell my people that their tongues are very powerful. What they speak will come to pass. And I said, okay, you gave me this mission. I'm going to go ahead and do what I have to do. So I started speaking to a couple of my comrades or colleagues, and they looking at me like I had 12 heads. But even though they know I'm always doing something. So I said, okay, fine. So I proceeded to go and do interviews and putting together everything that my higher power has given me with the vision to do. And we've been promoting it from 2005 September up until now. And again, it's about bringing the village back, because what we speak will come to pass. And so many of our youths are not taming their tongues and not even noticing the way they're speaking is actually showing the character that they have within themselves.
Exactly. And, you know, first impressions are always the lasting impressions. You know, you're not from Charleston. You're from New York, and in the information that I read about you on your website, it talks about the places that you've been and speaking to people and interviewing and the awards that you've gotten for this type of campaign. Talk about how you came to Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay, I'm actually retired from the corporate world. I got hurt on my job, and I retired. And Charleston, divine order again. Everything I do and walk is by divine order. Led me here and said, well, it's time to come to the secret place. And Charleston is our new home. So the same thing that we've been doing in New York, we're bringing here in Charleston, because we know that the kids need it just as bad as, like I said, from northeast and the states in between and today these kids are not getting that. So to stop cussing is not just about taming the tongue, but building back up the village that has fallen asleep. And
how difficult are you finding that, Tonya, to really show children and teach children that cussing is not the way, because as we say, the tongue is very powerful?
Right. With being in the music industry for 22 years and counting, states to the east and the west, south, and the west. So we're just trying to get into the communities, into the schools and so forth, just to bring that village bound that what we had when we were growing up, that someone was pulling our coattails when we stepped out of line on anything that we did. I can speak it because I was one of them that used to use it, and I was not raised that way, but the environment played a major role, especially being a woman in the industry, a woman that knew what she was doing, and a woman that wasn't taking on the other extra activities, because I always do my purpose. So I know divine order gave this to me because I was it, and our kids basically receive you when you have went through it, opposed to reading a book. So with my, you know, God-given personalities, and they receive me, and it's again about us letting our kids know that we are human just like you. We have stepped in those steps that you have stepped in, and stop acting as if we have not been there, and stop trying to be some more than what we are. And our kids, instead of coming to us, they're walking away from us. So
and what are those strategies that you teach children about with stopping, you know, with stop cussing? I mean, because we know that it's in our everyday language. We see it in, as you said, in the music industry, especially in the music industry. What are you telling kids? What are the strategies that you're giving them?
Okay, when I conduct my workshops, I tell them about where I've been, what I have done, all the things that I have done, and everything that I've done is part of my journey. Not for me to be telling them, listen, this is who I am, I want you to praise me. I am no better than you are. But what they need to do is, when they come across, even with the music, and some of my comrades in the music industry too, when they speak, and it irritates me, because I'm like, words are powerful. Stop saying they are not powerful just because you want someone to buy your products. It's not. So what I tell the kids is, when you're listening to something, take the negative and turn it into a positive, because everything that is being presented to you is not what these people are going through. It's, again, knowing what is being told as a storyline and what is being told for real. And if someone is going through it, then learn from their errors, because everything has a cause and effect. Everyone's not walking around here cussing just to be cussing. There's a reason, unless they just mad. Again, it's still a cause.
Exactly, exactly. Now let's talk about these workshops. Are you going to be giving any workshops soon? And how can we get in touch with you?
Wonderful. We actually have a workshop coming up for Lake Milan High School in Santee, South Carolina on March 18th. We're also doing the Black Expo for March 8th. And, oh my goodness, what else are we doing? We're doing the Tammy Show today.
that.
So we're staying active, and we're just trying to get, like I said, get back into the community, and parents have to get involved. We have to stop turning and saying that the children are the ones that need to be rolling, running the household. It's not that we have changed roles and allowed the children to be the adults, and we becoming the adolescents. We have to take those roles back and the responsibilities
Exactly,
back.
and you know, I want to share a story with you because years ago when I was working with a partner of mine, and it was 3 of us in the office, we had a jar that was called a cuss jar.
Wow.
And if you cussed, you had to put your money in this. And I'm telling you folks, this worked. Because when you have to give up money and you end up at the end of the week where you can buy everybody's lunch, something is wrong with that. I have to say that I'm proud of myself because I didn't have that many quarters in.
Wonderful.
A few, but not as many as some of my other cohorts had in the jar. But as I said, that was a way for us to, you know, start to say, okay, listen, we're not going to hear this at work. I don't want to hear it at work, so you've got to try better. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, sometimes it's mostly the males that are doing it, so that's where most of the money came from.
Well, you know what, it's irritating to the ear. Once you, I don't know if it's because we're older, we don't look our age today, but however, the children are using it as if it's their first language. And,
exactly.
And it's not healthy. And if the adults are not correcting them, how can we assume or just even think that our children are going to be productive in 10, 15 years from now?
Exactly.
Where's the business going to be? Who's going to be running the business? I mean, you go into the stores today and don't get the customer service that you get, but even profanity is used over your French fries.
That's right. And you know, I've got to have you come back because you've been in the music industry.
Yes.
And I know a lot of parents out there are worried about what their kids are listening to. So I want to talk with you further about that. But I certainly, I'm a member now, folks.
Thank you. A full-time, lifetime member. She has her membership card.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for having me.
Show. That's
God bless you. Thank
Listen,
you.
The Stop Cussing campaign. Get in touch with Tonya E. at 822-5075. That's area code 843. Go to the website, very interactive, www.stopcussin.com. And also you can contact her at her email there below. So I'm telling you, join the Stop Cussing campaign. Join the campaign. I'm a member, and I hope that you will be as well. We'll be right back.
Thank you.